Greetings one and all, it's your weekly dose of 10 o'clock. I decided to start this early, while Loz is currently unavailable from his desk. Loz is now returning to his desk. It's fine, everyone. Loz is back. This week...
Goes to the toilet. Nobody does.
Yep. This is episode 100 and... No, god damn it! I'm so used to working with numbers for arbiters. It's
10 o'clock.
312. It's episode...
I think it's about 82.
82.
I think we should just stop counting.
This is episode Apple of 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Let's go with the abstract terms now.
This is episode Root N12.
Episode Root Beer. I will be drinking it shortly. Do you remember that one time I opened the root beer and I went, oh shit! And you thought I wasn't recording.
I remember the time that you were like, when we got to Canada and we were still having to go through security for another plane flight, and you were like, I have to buy root beer. And I'm like, they won't let us take that through. I'm buying root beer. Right, and you bought the root beer, and then it's like, do we need to go through there now? See that there? And you're like, I drank the root beer. It's like, well done, Drew.
Didn't you do the same?
Goodbye. No, I don't think so.
Pretty sure.
Or if I did, I just went, I bought it, drank some water or something, just went, yeah, there we go, jump. But you were like, no, this is my root beer. I must take my root beer with me. Until we got to the security barrier, it was like, they are not letting you taking that through there. Nope.
I swear I bought us both root beer. Just to collect the whole thing.
Well, okay, well, if you did buy it for me, I didn't. Oh, no, but I would have.
I swear we both just downed it.
I don't know. No,
this was the travelator of Loz has to run now.
Yeah, but
but
if you did buy me a drink, I would have just bought it. You just drunk it right away. Whereas I think you were kind of sipping it, and it was like you can't just sip it. We need to go through a barrier now.
Yeah.
So you were like, no. It was like, okay,
was like,
now we're going through a barrier. You were like,
right. Let's move on, shall we? So the first thing of the week, emblems. All right. This is what?
What is yours?
It's a corgi. It's W. Greats's.
No, that's just Winston, isn't it? It's got a hat on and everything, man.
Yeah.
Got a hat on.
Got a hat on.
It's wearing a hat!
Yeah, it's corgi. There's a hat.
Okay, right, moving on. Next section. He's just one at emblems. We don't need to.
Forever? Okay, cool.
That's
if you wish...
yes, forever, but don't worry, because at the end of each episode we forget whatever happens and it just moves from the universe. So
forever is a limited time.
Exactly.
If you want a chance of winning 150 platinum for your platform of choice, you can go into the description below, find the link to the Google form where you can see this week's emblems and select the one you like the most. Enter your in-game name. Make sure you get this correct, because otherwise DE will not be able to find you. I'll need to actually send them another bulk package, whatever, list of names. And make sure you select your platform of choice. If they can find you, everything's glorious. You get to win 150 platinum. What's tomorrow? What's the date on this? The 21st. Oh. Okay, so do we want to push this to the 1st? So we're currently doing an Atlas Prime giveaway as well. Yeah. So shall we say that this episode that giveaway's happened?
Haven't you got a deadline of when you have to submit your
Yes,
wins?
it's the 1st of November. So that's halfway through the next cycle.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
Right. So do you want to end it this week or the week after?
Well, it wouldn't be the week after. It would be the week after that.
So are we saying in this episode, it's still running, but at the episode that will release on the 28th, we say it's finished?
Yeah, the episode will release on the 28th.
So as of this video releasing, which is probably the 21st of October, for all you people out there, you're still in of a chance to win stuff.
Yep, you have 1 week. 1 week, guys.
With Fat Cube Prime.
Yep. I actually got a blueprint for that. It's actually very impressive.
So fat, man.
Fat Cube Prime. Right.
So fat.
So next is cards. Dojo dusting. And a Tanicon. What else is there? I actually want to say thank you to everyone that is supporting the channel through Patreon. The Patreon has never been this high, which is brilliant. And if you consider You know, heck, maybe you could support the channel. I would. Well, let's make me help do words better. What? Would you rather I just fumble?
Shill. No, there we go. Right,
All the money goes to editors.
If you enjoy Xeno's content, he would appreciate it very much if you could support him through Patreon. All the money really does help. It doesn't actually go to Xeno. What he does is he repurposes that money to numerous things, such as editing videos, paying for people to do bits and bobs, buying equipment as of needed, and it does increase the speed at which Xeno can produce episodes. I think he's looking into better ways to look for editors.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, Xeno.
Maybe actually winking.
Cost efficient as well.
Maybe actually,
yeah. Look at me. I'm winking with my eyes.
Why aren't you looking at the camera?
Literally every, I suppose it's dollars on Patreon. Every dollar really does make a big difference in producing these videos for Xeno. So, just the eternal gratitude of Xeno. Obviously, maybe start doing. I don't know if you do it in your episodes for the arbiters. You do the lists or the reading out names or whatever.
Yeah,
but
everyone's names are listed on the episode. Every episode.
Okay, there we go. But there's no way to thank people enough for everything they give. It really does, as I say, make a big difference. I know that sounds so simple, and probably everyone says that, but in the case here, it really does.
Yeah.
Nothing more to say to it. And if you could, only if you can, do not. I would never advocate for people to help people on Patreon if they cannot help themselves. Obviously, only if you're in a good position, you're actually able to financially do that. But if you are able to, every dollar, Xeno feels the love in every dollar. And I don't mean that in like money that he rubs on his skin. He means that in like, look at these videos. These videos were made through the blood, sweat, and tears of other people providing to me their energy through money. And then I produced it out through video.
To be fair, if I could Scrooge McDuck, I would so rub the money on other people.
Right.
And probably get arrested. But besides the point.
Well, especially seeing as if you did a Scrooge McDuck, the money would be solid gold coins.
I don't understand.
Very heavily.
I don't understand how that.
In fact, I think that would probably technically count as assault.
I bludgeoned you with gold.
Instead, you'll do it with your digital money in the form of videos that you will rub on people's faces. That's how you do it. That's how he Scrooge McDucks.
The other big thing is I've got a milestone on the Patreon as it stands for $200. The milestone is I will start doing a monthly stream. So one day a month rather, I will do streaming. Small problem, I don't have an internet connection anymore that could support doing streaming. So if anyone can actually think of any other milestones or anything else that I could do to incentivize you guys, please just feel free to leave a comment in the comments below. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, is there nowhere in Birmingham you can rent a room with or internet gaming cafe or something?
Potentially. I could probably book out like a pub or something.
I don't mean a pub, I mean somewhere that's going to have a connection and a computer.
Oh! So I could do the streaming. Duh.
Just do the streaming, yeah. Oh, yeah. Duh. What we could do, right? All these people giving us money from around the world, right? We're going to book a pub once a week. And we're going to sit and be like, one day these people are going to come here to this pub. No, I mean, do the streaming.
I could potentially do it at my parents' because they actually do have a decent internet connection in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
There you go. Maybe you could say every other month if you can't make it every month.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can make that every month.
So we can look at doing that.
Potential on.
Potential. Right, moving on. So that's it for dojo dusting. I'm just going to quickly swap you over to Americas.
Yeah.
What?
The sound quality.
Okay. Joey did it. So, do you say Brexit?
It was Brexit.
It was Brexit. Right, so that's it for dojo dusting.
We had a Brexit, yeah. Let me just check. I just want to check.
Is there a website?
Just to let everyone know, as of the day of recording on the 16th, we still haven't had a Brexit.
Okay, cool. Right, so
there's
first,
no Brexit in the vicinity happening.
Graphs.
Tunnels and meetings.
Graphs, right. First graph. Should DE introduce companion adaptation mods? Right. 60 people responded. Obviously, this has only been out for like 2 days, so understandable.
We've had to record this one a little earlier, so the results and numbers and everything are a little bit lower.
Yeah, apologies to everyone. So 60 people responded. 11% said no. 28% said that they didn't care, and 60% said yes. I'm actually surprised by the number of no's.
37.
Huh? No, but still, I would have thought like it would be more don't cares or more yeses. I honestly didn't expect that many no's, so good on people. Right. Next card is, should seasonal creds convert to universal creds? 60 people responded to this. 15% said that they didn't care. 25% said yes, and 60% said no.
I was actually tempted just a few seconds ago to say, with the previous card, that people will always say yes for additions to the game. Just general make things easier. And then you get that, and it's like, nope.
Yeah.
Flat out, no.
Everyone give yourselves a clap. Yep.
I still don't think that solves the problem.
No, it doesn't solve the problem, but I like the fact that we're not trying to escalate the problem either.
And I think the best takeaway from that is that it's really interesting to see that we don't have a crowd of people listening to this podcast. They're not just all, yes, their ideas are great. All these ideas are great. Good. Just implement it all. It's like people are like, no, that's bad. Well, no, that's bad, but I don't think that should be done.
Yep.
See, there we go. So it's interesting.
Yep.
Debate back and forth.
Right.
I wonder why.
And the
I didn't
last
see many people actually comment why they said that was bad. There is one comment, someone complaining about the fact the creds disappear and things, but I didn't see anyone saying about why. I don't think universal creds would be a bad thing, but oh well. Okay. Moving on.
And then the last one, which is, I don't think universal creds would be a bad thing. I just think the conversion is a bad thing, right? So maybe you could earn universal creds as well as end the mana. Right, so would you like the Nightcrawler enemies? So this was the idea of a melee enemy that would teleport behind you less you got your melee weapon out to incentivize you using melee weapons and not just gunplay all the time. 47 people responded. Sad face. Probably because people are still actually listening to the episode over time, or they just like tuned out. 2% of people said no.
That's a DC fan.
How long were you sat on that?
About 5 seconds.
Okay, cool. 21% people said that they didn't care, and 76% of people said yes. So why am I so enthusiastic? I don't know. I think the last card just so happy. Right, so yeah. I was tempted to put another card in, which was like the gun jamming enemy that you suggested during last week as well. You proposed an enemy that, if you're in proximity to the gun...
It's gone.
Okay.
It's gone.
Never to be heard or seen of again. So that's it for the cards.
Like the space spiders.
Like
the space spiders.
The hell's this? I have found another combination on Discord that if I hit certain button orientation, apparently keyboard shortcuts appear. I have no idea what the hell is that. I'll work it out for you later, Loz.
I do remember in the past seeing that. I don't know what it was though. Right. Patreon questions. Nick Evans. With the all-round stat boosts that were given to Atlas Prime on his release, higher armor, energy, health, shields, and sprint speed, do you think that some of the older frames could do with the same kind of all-round buffs for their primes? Or is this just a one-off for Atlas?
This is a part of me wants to say yes, but at the same time, no, because then the primes just become like significantly better than the originals. But then that should be a good thing. But then the primes aren't always available. And is it a case of if it's not available, it's a bit of a negative towards the player's experience? And then, so I think I'm going to lean on no. I don't think DE should do this.
That's a moot point.
What do you mean it's a moot point?
Because Atlas Prime already exists.
No, but the question was about other Warframes.
Yes, and at some point Atlas Point will no longer exist. So your argument was a moot point because it doesn't matter now about, some of the past aren't available. Yeah, but we know Atlas Prime will eventually also not be available, but is just a flat-out upgrade of Atlas Prime. So
in that case, yes.
No, yeah, I completely agree with this. It years ago, I think we were back. Do you know, back when the days when we used to think of like the weapons having tiers? It was like when Boltor Prime was on top of the leaderboard, and then it was maybe onto Solar Prime. So
Solar Prime was always better.
Back in those days, I remember complaining about it back then. There's no clear. a prime, or what a prime means stat-wise, or for the emphasis of the game, I mean, they are better, but there's no clear indication of how much better they will be, or what that improvement will be. It's not standardized. Sometime back then, it was things like the Bratton Prime over the Bratton it was a bit of an upgrade, but then you got things like the Boltor to the Voltor Prime for back then was like god tier. Here we have the similar situation where you've got Ember into Ember Prime, and you get 25 more base shields, 25 more base armor, versus Atlas and Atlas Prime, which is 75 base health, 50 base shields, 25 base energy, 25 base armor, and 0.1 run speed. That's across the board increases, and some of those are pretty big increases. Like the health and shields, they're almost, one is a 50% increase, the other one is a 75% increase. Those are huge increases on the base stats of Atlas.
Yeah,
big buffs. So at some point, maybe when we reach the end game, at which the game ends, it's time to read all the stats and give primes the same sort of situation of how it increases stats from normal to prime. Because basically, I think we've even had this topic in the past, because it's been a slow creep to this point.
Yeah.
I think, like, Rhino was one of the first by having just a speed increase. I think it's been changed since. There's little changes at first. Like, maybe just a speed increase. Small things, like, the prime's a little bit better. And then it became bigger and bigger stat increases. Now we've reached the point where it's a across-the-board increase.
What was Loki's?
Loki's?
Was it bigger energy pool?
25 on energy.
Yeah.
Tiny increase there. Very tiny increase.
Okay.
So then you look at, say, Limbo Prime. We've got 25 on shields. We've got 25 on energy. And we've got 20 on armor. So it's, quite a bit more than just Loki Primes that he gets a bit of energy.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it needs to be standardized. But the tricky thing is, I would begrudgingly give this everything except Excalibur Prime, because people will moan. You leave Excalibur Prime as it is, barely a stat increase.
Well, unless you were to do Excalibur Prime and Umbra Prime. But Umbra. Because Umbra is a mirror of Excalibur Prime.
Yeah, just leave them. Oh, I suppose I see what you mean now. So it doesn't matter if they buff Prime, because they can just buff Umbra as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Okay. But to be honest, I think it needs to be standardized. But let's move on. Nick Evans also says, with Xeno's beard now tamed, who among the Warframe content creators has the most powerful beard?
Give me a month.
Google says, a while back, DE put a greater emphasis on sponsored content from various YouTube and Twitch creators. Do you have any thoughts about that, good or bad? They did?
Well, things like Markiplier.
They do this. They've always done this. You can tell when there's a little surge and they have money to spend on YouTubers, creators. Markiplier's been the biggest one they've gone for, but they do this from time to time. It's good for the game. I think it's important that and they normally do, the videos announce that D's reached out and they say, hey, play this game. And normally I've seen them always have a good opinion of the game. I don't know if D forces them to do it, but I've never seen it to be forced.
Yeah, I never see it to be a negative.
Who would win a fight, the Terminator or a xenomorph alien?
I want to say a xenomorph.
The rocket-powered fist. Moving on.
Whoa. What has a rocket-powered fist?
Everything. The rocket-powered fist has a rocket-powered fist.
Terminator doesn't have a rocket-powered fist. The xenomorph doesn't have a rocket-powered fist. Right. The question was between a Terminator, which I assume is a T-800, right?
No, I didn't say the Terminator has a rocket-powered fist. The rocket-powered fist would beat the Terminator, and the rocket-powered fist would beat the Xenomorph.
But there is no rocket-powered fist in the scenario. This is a binary situation here, Loz. It's either the Terminator or the Xenomorph.
I linked you this joke.
What joke? When?
The rocket-powered.
When?
Back the last time I made it.
You didn't make this joke.
I've made this joke many times now.
No. No.
Zachamus, what colour are the damned socks?
Damned socks? I don't wear socks. I'm not wearing... If I get... Well, no, I wear them when I wear shoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but if I'm not wearing shoes, I'm not wearing socks.
Ugh.
What, do you always wear socks?
Apart from sandals or wear bare feet.
But so, like, if you're indoors, you're not wearing shoes, you're in your own home, right? You're wearing socks.
Most of the time.
Is it because your feet are cold?
No.
Now a giant chasm of awkward silence between
You
Loz and...
walk around naked or something.
No?
If you're in your own home and you're alone, do you wear clothes?
I'll wear, like, underwear and a t-shirt.
A giant chasm has just opened between us. But you're not completely naked at all times, well, apparently. I don't know. Moving on. That's it for the Patreon questions. Let's move on to the...
How do you wear socks?
Test 1049. For real, this is one of my favourite podcasts. Best show on YouTube might be a bit of a stretch, though. Both of them. It's not good. It's not good, man. Right, but also, Xeno, you asked for people to tell you frames you wouldn't like. Have you tried Mirage? Paper thin, unreliable buffs, garbage CC, and a 4 that gives everyone a Caesar. Not really a Caesar, but you know.
A Caesar.
Caesar.
Julius?
Caesar.
Or a salad?
A Caesar.
I will have... I've actually had a few people recommend Mirage. I'll give it a go. Although the one that I think the one that came to me was actually Mesa. Because I was thinking, what's the reason why I really hate Ember? It's because she's lazy, right? Raj. Next queen. Lazy.
Definitely Mesa. Andy Norman, or Flara. If you do a Kuva flood with Loki, you go invisible, and so does your Kavats. You don't need to just run an Iros. Nice, Andy Norman. Nick Evans, I'm so pleased that my nonsense questions are taken seriously as my regular ones. Thank you both. You see, the trick is, I'm incredibly gullible, and Xeno likes to laugh at me. So, works every time.
Oh, man. The amount of work needed to teach you what was sarcasm. Oh, that was years of work.
I still don't get it. Accenturize. Introducing characters and quests would be great. I was very confused when Teshin randomly appeared in the Nata quest. Brilliant point.
Yep.
If you don't, you could go through the entire quest line, keep doing the star chart and be like, who dis? Oza Shintai. It's a bit of a long one. I think personally, my main issue with the credit system for the Nightwaves is the fact that when it ends, you immediately lose any chance to spend your credits, regardless of how many you saved up, which also then locks players out of core resources like Natane. I accept that intermission does alleviate this, but they do not usually start immediately, and it means players are left unable to continue unless they stockpiled adequately before the season ended. Perhaps a solution would be if Barrow provided a special short-term store to let you spend the credits you have left over, or possibly Darvo, so players at least have some outlet to acquire those items that are locked behind them. So it's locked behind the slightly better but still considerable grind wall. What does frustrate me is that on logging in, I found that both Nightwave has ended, but DE also removed the new boss fight and all the tokens you earned. It just feels bad. DE stated the boss fight would stay after the season ended, and with a potentially multi-week for the mainline, it seems that would have been a nice thing to leave for players to do while we wait. Oh, sorry, a multi-week wait for the mainline. It seems that it would have been a nice thing for players to do. That's fair enough, actually. Yeah, taking away that boss is a bit sad right now. I thought maybe we were getting the mainline soon, so we're weeks early.
They should have left...
the fight in.
No, they should have left you to be able to spend those credits like in this.
Yeah, that's why I think maybe stop the Nightwave, and in the week before the intermission starts, let people spend their token still, and then take it away.
No, I like that.
Awesome, Todd. Only 3 questions on your 6-year anniversary. For shame, Xeno. Because of course, Xeno is always wrong.
Fuck you.
There's hi, Loz. Hi, awesome Todd. Squivel C. Card idea, Xeno.
Yay! Let's work for Xeno. Yeah?
How often
What is it?
do you
What's
have
the
a melee weapon
Loz?
equipped? How often do you have a melee weapon equipped?
Okay. And what are the options? Yeah, okay.
All the time. Oh, no, that's not an option. Those aren't options. They're just comments. They say all the time for me, ammo can run out. Swinging a hunk of metal needs no ammo. Okay, so let's see. How often do you have a melee weapon equipped?
Okay, so is this equipped or
all the
using?
time? No, equipped. Equipped. It says equipped.
I have one equipped all the time. Don't
Yeah.
use it.
So I'm going to go with option 1 could be I can unequip that question mark.
Oh, don't put joke things in, because otherwise they'll just go for the joke things.
But it's not a joke thing. It's kind of true. People didn't... Okay, fine. Didn't know I could unequip.
Don't know if I can have this long.
I can unequip question mark. Or can unequip question mark.
I think I can do I can unequip.
Right.
Huh?
All the time.
Okay, we're going for the polar opposite straight away.
Yep. Depends on frame? And then how often do you have melee equipped? Not often.
And the last one.
Oh,
What's it called?
Don't care.
No. I was thinking like depends if leveling. Because some people might actually not use one while leveling.
Depends on leveling. Fair enough. Yes, you unequip it so that more experience goes.
I don't know if depends on frame be an option.
Well, I know that Mesa has a bonus if you don't have a melee weapon equipped. I know it's small, but still.
Okay.
Could be just put depends. Just depends. Maybe some people do, and it depends on things. Depends on things.
So what?
Many things.
It depends on frames, depends on leveling.
Good. Yeah. Why not? We'll go with that. We'll see what we got.
Okay.
Right. Thomas Cooperstein.
Whoa! They'll have to paste it into the screen. Okay, keep going.
Okay. Thomas Cooperstein does a very good job of how to get multiple points per episode, basically by giving me things to poke Xeno with. So here we go, because I know Xeno's going to love this first one.
Genuinely, am I going to love this one?
Why do you respect Biz more than Little Duck? Little Duck is the lesser of the Biz because she talks in that accent. I believe it's intentional, both story-driven and it's coloration for the intent of ensuring people underestimate Little Duck. In the spy/rail agent business, you can get your job done better if people underestimate you. Remember all those times Little Duck had you hold on so that she could finish whatever she was doing? Do you think she was doing more than what you thought she was? It's also just as possible that she really is someone who is lesser. Not dedicated to the cause, not willing to do what is necessary to get the job done. But the Biz is willing to do what's necessary. Biz sold out Thursby/Legs to spur Idiko into action. Philosophical differences between them being pretty clear there. That's why Udiko is the better person, but the less agent. Less of a foul person, the smaller bird, the little duck, if you will.
What's their name? I need to block them from ever leaving a comment again.
Thomas Cooperstein.
No, I'm not.
Then beats you again, I'm afraid, Xeno.
No. I am answering the question.
Okay.
Right? Little Duck is a stupid character that makes no sense. If you want someone to take you seriously, you don't say muckety mucks. Right? If you want someone to actually be able to complete a mission properly, you speak the Queen's English. I don't want to spend half an hour translating your bullshit to try and work out that you're trying to get me to plug something in. Also, if she was such a good fucking agent, why did she actually get the bloody satellite to move a little to the left? Yeah? Turn off the fucker if you're such a good agent.
I think fuck bullshit. Also, once again, does not focus within the Queen's English. Moving on.
I'm not a fucking spy.
And quite. Moving on. So the other point they get you on is that you said that fast is equal to frequent.
Yeah.
So imagine two guns. It was really brilliant from Tom's Kitchen. We use a Warframe example to prove you wrong. We have two guns. One gun. Minimal clip size, clip shot of one shot, maximum reload time. flight time plus 1,000%, 1 bullet. So it's a fast
If
bullet.
you're going to throw numbers
take
at
you a
me,
long
you need
time
to paste it,
to
man.
reload.
No, if you
Second gun.
No. If
Second
you're
gun.
gonna throw like statistics at me, you need to put it in text. I cannot retain that information.
Oh, okay. I can just say with highs and lows then. So one gun with 1 bullet that you can get 1. I'm sure you can count 1 number, right? So only got 1 bullet in the chamber. No clip size of 1. You can take that. All the rest will be percentages. High projectile speed.
Right.
Low reload time. Massive reload time. So you'll fire 1 bullet very fast, and then it'll take you a long time before you shoot another bullet. Yes. Because the reload speed's high and it's got a clip size of 1. So that would be a fast.
It depends.
It's a gun in Warframe.
What?
I said it was a Warframe example. It's a gun in Warframe.
No. It depends on what the.
Are you lagging? Hello.
What? What are you talking about?
You seem to have lost me. It's 2 guns in Warframe, right?
Oh my fucking no! I fucking get that, right? I'm talking about what is the thing you're comparing the frequency against.
No. You said that fast is equal to frequent. They're the same thing. You said this last episode.
Was it frequent? I thought it was frequency.
No, frequency is... Yeah, it could be frequency or... frequency is still fine. The frequency of something, that's fine. You still said they were the same, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, the oscillation of a sine wave. Yeah,
now, you've got another gun, which has a very large clip, very quick reload time.
Are you going to tell me that the projectiles move really slowly?
And the projectiles move very slowly.
How are the projectiles?
So they are very frequent.
How?
So they have a high
frequency. Frequent. Like I'm firing this gun frequently. Say quickly.
The Queen's English should be frequently.
No, it wouldn't. You're holding the trigger down, right? I'm firing the gun. That's what you would say. You wouldn't say I'm firing the gun frequently.
No, but you could say that bullets arrive at the target slowly or with a low speed, but frequently, or I have high frequency of arriving at the target. Whereas the other gun, the bullets are arriving quickly, but at a very low frequency. As in, they don't regularly turn up, but they turn up with a high speed.
I can't even remember the fucking context to this.
There we are. He's broken you still. There we go. He wins. You lose. Anyway, moving on. Last thing then. Andrew Singleton. What's this one? Oh, yes. Here's an interesting thing, actually.
I forgot to do the bloody face cam thing. So
yes, that was the last point. Google and Thomas Cooperstein did say, where's the face rig? Where's the face rig at, Xeno? We'll remember the face rig at some point. Andrew Singleton said, I would like your opinions on any prep that should be taken or would make sense for the first part of Railjack, which is building the hangar. Aside from any potential new resources expressively to gate people, what would be best to farm between now and then, in addition to having space in your dojo set aside for the room, which is one of, if not the biggest room possible, probably even bigger than the obstacle course, and having the inevitable former ready. I think credits is always going to help out because you know it's going to use credits. As for other resources, we don't know. You could just say farm any resources, but that just means playing the game. Credits, I definitely think the more you have, the better. Platinum if you can, because that'll let you rush things, especially for building. If you can maybe farm some prime bits and get some platinum sold, if you can, or buy some if you need to. There we go. That's definitely something you can get your hands on. Apart from that, have a look through resources. Is there anything you are low on? Pick it up. Multiple form, or I would say is definitely going to be needed. Apart from that, there might be some new resources that we can't find right now.
As weird as it sounds, I'd actually say get in, if you're willing to, get in a clan that is healthy. Get into a community that...
Those exist?
Yes, ours exists.
Ours isn't healthy. Healthy, okay, here's me healthy, in my opinion, what healthy should be. I would say that at least 60% of the players are on every day.
Every day's right now is a bit much.
Every third day, or at least actively playing missions, and I don't think we are. I don't think we are. No. That's what I mean, like a really healthy clan to me.
But I don't think such a clan exists. So
I think they do.
No, I don't. 60% is a really high number.
Exactly. Maybe my idea of what healthy clans are is different to yours, but I think that D doesn't really give the same content too. So
I agree with you. I do think 60% is a healthy number. I just don't think there are many clans that have that much, because I think a lot of clans will be filled with people that will just stop playing Warframe or just like, bow out and things. I do know that, oh God, it's like less than, God, I think 10% of our clan has played hasn't logged within the last month. So, yeah.
Happens. Right, well, that's it for the comments. Let's move on to the topics this week.
Cool. Still feel bullied. So,
Still feel what? Bullied?
Yeah.
Bully!
Fucking duck shit.
Right.
DE.
Sorry, before you start, I do want to say, do you want to make a card out of asking people, do you think we should farm, or what do you think is the most important thing to farm? Is there a card in there, do you think?
I think there is. I think we need to work out what the option should be.
Because I would say, like, what are you going to farm? What do you think is the most important thing to farm? Because the thing is, if I say, like, what should you farm, I think, to be honest, you should farm many things. But you could ask, what is the most important thing to farm? And I think it's credits. I suppose, what would the options be? The most important thing to get the most of if you can. I'd say credits, former, platinum. Can you think of two more that are very important that might be used for base building? I mean, there's those three.
Netane.
Oh, Netane. Yes. Yes. Got a fifth one? What's the thing from arbitrations? That's a rare resource, but I'm not sure it's used to build anything.
No, that's a currency. You're talking about the Viscous Essence that's used as a
Kuva?
currency.
Do you think we might use Kuva?
Kuva could be one.
Might be used for the...
they have shown it to be used as a resource to construct things.
Yes, and it might, because Kuva liches.
I was thinking either maybe the Cryotic or Tellurium, but again, those are resources that you don't really have.
I just think you could just get loads of them.
Alternatively, Argon Crystals, because they're not really a thing you can farm. I mean,
but then I don't think you can farm them. You need to farm them the day before it launches.
Literally just said that.
Okay. Well, I think you're about to, but
no, I had said that.
As in, like, there's no point.
I think.
By then we're going to know exactly before that. I'm sure there'll be like information what we need to get. So I don't know.
I don't think they're going to tell us until the day. I think Kuva, Netane,
platinum, former, credits.
I want to drop one. So the option,
platinum,
I would say don't. I would say don't farm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So should we go with don't farm, Kuva, Netane, credits, and former?
Don't farm, Kuva, Netane, credits.
Yep. Because I do think platinum will be useful, but at the same time, D never makes it a pay-to-win game, really, do they?
It'd be hilarious if they turn around and say, like, oh no, you can't spend platinum on this. It's like, what? But I just farmed all this platinum. What am I supposed to do with the money?
What am I supposed to do with this platinum? Right, there we go. Cool. So we've gotten 2 cards out of the way already.
Are you a happy person complaining about the lack of cards for our 6th year anniversary?
No, I just thought it was really quite neat and tidy that we're now moving on to the 3 topics and they'll each get one card.
You weren't complaining. I was talking about the person that left a comment.
Oh. Well, that person's just awesome because they're awesome Todd.
Moving on.
Hi, awesome Todd.
Wait, is awesome Todd the one I'm banning?
No, that's Thomas Cooperstein you're banning.
Okay.
No, no. Yeah, Thomas Cooperstein you're banning.
Okay.
For some reason. Poor Thomas Cooperstein.
I feel attacked. No, I'm joking. I'm not doing anything. I will not ban anyone for asking questions like that.
Run, save yourself.
Right, so the first topic of the week. DE, every frame is different. Please let us toggle invert tap / hold abilities on an individual frame basis. Ooh, hiccups. Topic number 2. Nightwave Merchant needs to stay after the season.
Oh, it's a topic. Wow.
And topic
Thank
3.
you,
Solar Eclipse event for Planes of Eidolon suggestion. Ooh, interesting. Watches, that's not actually what I think it is. Right, so first topic, DE, every frame is different. Please let us toggle invert tap / hold abilities on an individual frame basis. Instead of every frame having the same tap / hold set globally, meaning a global setting would need to change based on the frame you're using, we should be able to toggle it per frame. That is literally the whole thing. I didn't realize that it just went straight to the replies. I would like to have this slightly differently. You know how we have the Captura and the Modlink shenanigans in the top right-hand corner of your Arsenal window?
Yep.
I would like it so that the option for the global is up there. So you can just simply... So the global tap / hold invert.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would just like it there. So literally you just hit it and it inverts it.
Is there a global button?
I could only assume so. I can't load up the game right now. I mean, don't know if you want to.
I don't think there is a global button to change if ability. So this is changing the way abilities work. So sometimes you have to hold them, sometimes you have to tap them. Yeah. So for instance,
so instead of every
like
frame having the same tap / hold set globally, do you want to have a quick look?
No, it is already set globally. That's what they're saying.
No, the invert. So they've got invert tap / hold abilities in quotation, which would indicate to me that there is a toggle in the options menu.
I'll have a look.
I've
never seen that. How would that work for a lot of abilities?
No. So if you've got an ability like, what's her name? Wisp, right? Her reservoirs, instead of actually dispensing them on hold, you dispense them on tap, right? Instead of rotating them on tap, you rotate them on hold. Yeah?
Excuse me. I feel that, seeing as, like, how would this affect Excalibur, for instance? Like,
it wouldn't. You don't have a hold.
Exactly, because it doesn't affect for certain frames. I don't think this feature exists because it would be quite unclear which frames it's going to affect.
I don't know. I think this feature... I don't know. Check.
I'm logging in now.
Logging in.
But let's just run on the assumption it doesn't exist rather than it does.
If it doesn't
I
exist...
don't think having a global button is helpful to add that in. I think this is something which we should get per frame. We have a lovely abilities page. Yeah, I know. I was going to say that. I was going to expand on that and say that I think we've got that lovely abilities page where it shows the abilities, having any changes or options on there for ability, because that way you can do it only on abilities which have that change available.
I would still like it where I've proposed, only because I don't want it buried too deep in menus. I mean, the whole reason why...
Right, but I'm on my Warframe and I go, oh, okay, I want to change the abilities of this, so I go to the abilities page. Rather than going to, as you say, lost in menus, I'm now going to try and look for something in a menu which I have no idea if it's even there. Where do I even start looking? Controls? Gameplay? Interface?
Probably controls.
Okay.
I can't imagine in gameplay or interface.
Oh, invert tap hold abilities. That is there as a global feature. I'm completely wrong on this. Wow.
Yep. That's what the quotes meant, Loz. That's what the quotes meant.
Oh, you mean in the title?
Yes!
I didn't read the title. That's your job.
But I said the quotes. Invert tap hold abilities.
I don't read the title.
You didn't have to read it. You just had to listen.
I don't listen. It's you. That's your job. Right, give this a go.
What Warframe are you doing it with?
Gauss.
Wait, does Gauss have a tap hold?
The run.
Oh, no, not the run. The thermic sunder.
Run.
Does the run?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I rebound the button so that I could actually hold and do it.
Oh, okay.
I rebound the run to 2 instead of 1, so I could move from W, which is forward, to run, which is 2, and still be able to move left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give this a go. Test this.
Work?
Right, so it's on tap. It's on hold at the moment, right? So I hold, he runs, I let go, he stops running. Okay?
Mm.
Right, let me go back into the menu.
Pretty sure it doesn't work like that.
Invert tap hold abilities. Confirm. And now it should be...
Because it doesn't have a two-state thing.
Still working the same.
Yeah, because you can only hold that one. You can't just tap it.
Why not?
It doesn't have an effect for tap.
It's only on abilities that have both a tap and a hold.
Yeah.
This is a stupid button. That's not what
do his thermal sunder.
Is thermal sunder?
Yes. You hold it to do... I don't know which one it is. Like, you tap it to do cold, you hold it to do thermal. Sorry, to do heat. So they're both thermal.
Okay. So, tap for heat. And we got there. Hold. Supposed to be a different color. How do you tell the difference? But that's got lots of dots. Okay, so they'll not got dots?
If you do them both together on top of each other, they go explosive.
They do?
Yes. You don't remember how the Warframe works, do you?
Maybe it's only level 21. It might not work on the lowest setting.
Do you have a Vara?
Exploding.
Do you have a Vara?
Yeah.
Go get a Vara. This is hilarious.
I tell you, it's not working for Gauss. Nothing's exploding. Let me just swap something that I know will work. Let's go Vara. Right, but anyway, back to the actual point of this while I'm testing this. I already don't like this comment because it doesn't affect abilities I wanted to work on. Why I want to change sprint, damn it. Why? Anyway. Where are you, Vara? There you are.
So here's a question. Should you be able to change how, like, the sprint ability... Is it actually just called sprint? Gauss's supersonic run?
Gauss?
Yeah.
What's a Gauss?
God. Don't be like this.
It is called Mac Rush!
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway, with his one, I do agree. I think there should be an ability to toggle between I want to be able to hold this versus I want to be able to tap this. I don't think it would work for a lot of Warframes. Like, I don't think it would work for Oberon. So, oh, look, I want to be able to use my Hologround. Hold on, I have to hold this button down for a second before I actually cast Hologround. So, yeah. I'm fine for it for abilities you have to hold. They are very far and few between. But I think doing it on an individual level is important. But at the same time, I think the easiest solution is just put a UI element on the screen somewhere, probably in the arsenal, that allows you to just toggle change.
Seeing as I see how this works with different abilities, obviously how I can get behind this, what they're saying, by having it per ability. Let's just compare Valpan's balls and Ivara's quiver, let's say, of arrows.
Yeah.
On Ivara, I want to be able to tap and shoot for rapid firing of that arrow if I wanted to, so I can just quickly set them up. for Valban, I want to quickly swap through to get to the ball that I want.
Yeah.
So I can understand the want for this per ability. Completely ignoring all my things with Gauss.
Per ability or per frame?
Per ability on the frame. Let's say I don't think there is any frame that has 2 of these abilities.
Not that I can recall.
But if there was, I think would be the best way of doing it, because that would be clear. It wouldn't be how is this frame. You'd have to have. I think it'd be putting on the ability tab and having it on the ability would be the best way of doing it, because then it's clear what you're doing UI wise. You'd know if you tick this, it'll have hold and tap, and you can switch between it. You say like cast on, and you can switch it like a little slider, left to right, hold and tap, and it would change the word. That would be the best way, I think. I can get behind this personally, so I think this would be quite a good change with not too much effort. A bit of UI change and maybe a bit of back end to make it save the data of a frame. But how many frames does this affect then? So it affects Avara, it affects Valban.
Wisp.
God.
There's
before people say like, oh my god, these guys just have no idea about the Warframes. They clearly know nothing about the game. There's too much stuff in this game to know, man. There's too much stuff.
Okay, I'm just gonna bring up a list of all the Warframes.
I just can't even remember. So much, man.
Wiki Warframe.
That's for like Omni style to remember. That's their job.
Well, no, I think they would actually have the time to edit this stuff. And okay,
no, I mean if you put them on sort of a quiz style show.
Oh right,
they would.
I can't believe Omni did not work out the cheat.
Just whack the button.
Yeah, just whack the button, then answer the question. Don't think of the answer, then hit the button.
He's an honest soul, man.
Oh, shut up.
He's an honest soul.
Ash no, Atlas no, Banshee no, Baruch. Don't think so. Chroma no, Ember no, Equinox no, Excalibur no, Frost no, Gara, don't think so. Garuda, don't think so. Gauss, yes. Harrow, don't think so. Hildren?
I don't think. I just want to point out, I don't think Gauss's does work like that because you're not alternating.
Thermal Sunder!
Yeah, I know, and I tested it, and it didn't seem to make a difference.
Just because you couldn't see it. Right. Hildren. You're the Hildren main here.
Go test again. No, Hildren wouldn't fit.
Okay. Hydroid no, Nyros no.
Did you say main?
Yeah, you're a Hildren main.
Take that back.
No. Evara. Yes. Cora.
Awesome,
yes. Lumino, Loki no, Magno, Messino. I think Messino.
Cora.
I think Messino. What?
I don't think I've ever played Cora.
Barrage, no. Necros, no. Nej, no. Nidus, no. Nova, no. Nyx, no. Oberon, no. Octavia. Oh. Yes, no. Shit, I don't know about. Revenant, pretty sure no. Rhino, no. Saren, no. Titania, no. Trinity, no. Valkyria, no. Booban, yes. Vault, no. Wisp, yes. Wukong? No?
I don't know the new Wukong.
No. Zephyr? No. There is a very small subset of Warframes here. So I think considering so many Warframes wouldn't utilize this, I think it's completely doable to make it personal. But I would like it to be a UI element that players will see when they actually swap the Warframes. Only because I've seen this time and time again when players, whenever I go for friends and I play on their PC, on my account, but it's using their controller setup, it's like, oh my god, where the hell have you put roll? Where the hell have you put sprint? You put it on some weird key and things like that. At least the idea of having it as a UI element that's always present, and they might not interact with it, but at least that way they will know just by seeing it when they go to it on the other PC or other console or whatever, that is different. They'll be able to change it. Loz is like, nod and agree.
I was looking at the fact that it does affect Gauss's, and I could tell by his hand motions, which are either that or that,
right?
And they do swap round, so it does work on Gauss. Doesn't affect the sprint, which I still have to hold on a tap. If I hit walls, I'm sick of holding a button down to run forwards. Not better.
Anyway, so I'm totally down for this. Should we go to the replies?
Yeah, totally. All controls should be per frame, including individual abilities. It's been done in other games. Smiley face. It helps a lot. Yep. It's probably just a time and effort, quality of life thing that we won't see anytime soon.
I would say that instead of actually defining the key bindings per ability, the abilities should just be rearranged in the order to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that make sense? So instead of actually going to the key bindings and having a huge list of, okay, so do you know what's the button you want for Excalibur's 1? What do you want for Excalibur's 2? What do you want for Excalibur's 3? Excalibur's 4? Like, just drag and drop the order of the abilities on the UI. Like how you can swap the loadouts and swap the appearances.
I'm not getting it, but I am sure it makes sense if I did. So we'll just move on from here. So, for cycle wheel abilities, how do people feel about radial wheels? I'm personally in favour of them, but haven't heard much discussion one way or the other. I've heard gripes about the new gear wheel, but the gear wheel was radial to begin with. So I assume this means is you hold, and then like a wheel will appear that you can move. You get to.
Yeah. Wait.
I'm not sure how that would work.
I've heard gripes about the new gear wheel, but the gear wheel was radial to begin with. I'm confused about that.
Oh, I just push tab to get my gear wheel up and put some tabs in there. The gear wheel didn't used to be radial.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't.
Didn't it?
I don't think so.
I swear it was always radial. You just couldn't keep going around infinitely. Or infinitely.
Images.
Like, how long ago are we talking about?
Really long.
Oh, okay, then maybe it was like based on a mouse. I don't remember that far back. I've just remembered.
I seem to remember like a 4x2 in the bottom left appearing, and you could click one.
God, how long ago was that?
Back when we had the original ammo restores.
Oh, like 2013?
Yeah, before they removed them because they would just be boxes that gave you infinite. Well, they maxed out your ammo just from clicking.
Yeah, I don't remember that in the slightest.
I seem to remember like it was a 4x2 in the bottom left that just slid out and you could click what you wanted. But I can't remember if I'm just making that up in my brain. This is like really early on.
Yeah, well, let's somewhat ignore that and move on.
Can't remember. Can't find evidence.
I would rather not have abilities on circle wheels or radial wheels because I just feel they are slow in comparison to just tapping. Yeah? Yeah?
I think there's some advantage because it means it depends the order because it allows you to swap between two alternative points on the order instead of having to cycle through the whole list again.
You still have to cycle through.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, you like. Let's say for a bar arrows, you hold down 2. Then on the screen, the 4 options appear. Then you just move to the one you want, let go. Then you push down 2 again. The one you want, you can go for the opposite side.
Pretty
of the wheel
sure the whole point of the radial part is you still have to cycle through it.
Then that's exactly what we have now. They're already in a radial wheel.
No, not the abilities.
Yes, they are. They're in a radial wheel. The little animation in the bottom right radiates around in a wheel.
Yes, okay, effectively like that. But I think
this is just a UI graphic. I think what they mean is like with the gear, it comes up as a menu, and you can just go top left, bottom right, top left, bottom right, top left. You can just skip out the ones you want. Yeah, of course you can. I can go to Eidolon full axis, straight down to my ammo restore, then go back to top left and go back to my Eidolon full axis. I swear
I have to spin through it.
If you've got more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you can have 10 at any time, I think, or 12. I'm not sure, and you can just alternate across them. You don't have to. You spin to get to the low levels because there's no infinite amount to the on the new system on the gear system. But this is like a spiral.
So you can literally hold down your gear pop-up, right? And then just move your mouse from like 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock without actually hitting 2 to 6.
1 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Yeah, some point plasma drill, ammo restore. Some point plasma drill, ammo restore. Some point plasma drill, ammo restore.
Do you only have the one layer of ring?
Oh, there's a little bit. If I radial a bit on that, it might go for the one underneath on that. If you go from 1 to 7, yeah, I can see what's happening there. But if I was to say to go from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock, nothing's stopping me. I can go straight to them.
So my question is, do you only have like the 12 points?
No, I've got more than that. Yeah.
So you've got the infinite thing going on.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell I've got it, because I swear I have to do the radial thing.
But like
maybe I just think I have to do the radial thing, and it says I don't.
Yeah, do you seriously get the radial menu out and then always spin down to the one you want?
Yeah, because I swear I don't see the mouse.
Oh, you don't have to spin. You can just like it. I can see that it does. It does try to spin around, but you can just drag the mouse straight down and it'll go blub straight to the one you want. It's trying to spin with you, but you don't have to go like in a circular action. You can just go blub blub blub.
Can you physically see the mouse?
Yeah, can you not?
I swear I can't.
Have a look here if I can show you this mouse. Yeah, look. Have you got thingy up?
What? Discord?
Discord.
Yes, because that's where the webcam is. Does.
Oh, cool. So there's a mouse in the middle.
Maybe I am just being special, and I'm just manually cycling.
I go around in wheel.
Maybe I am. Like, I would not put it past me. I bet everyone in like the audience is just like, well, either there's going to be camps of, wait, you didn't know you could do that, and there are camps of, wait, you can do that.
So obviously the way it's working, imagine a point about a pin. Put a pin in the S of the second synthesis. Yeah. If I come down, if I try to go straight down on the left of that pin, it will arc down the left side. Yeah. And if I go to the right side, it will. But I'm still just dragging the mouse straight down.
Wow, I've
I have to head towards the end to restore at the bottom there.
Wow, that's like
you did okay.
Wow, my brain.
You don't have to like. Do you just sort of move your arm like this to go around your wheel all the time?
I think I do. I genuinely think I do.
Because I just go, I don't go, time to wheel it too.
I gotta be honest, it's like tying a shoelace.
Like I don't. James, aren't you in Marvel? It's you, isn't it?
In all honesty, to me it feels like tying my shoelace. I don't actually actively put thought into the hand motions or anything. I just do. Like I feel like I do actually move my hand all the way around the outside. I mean, to be fair, a lot of mine are hotkeyed, so. Loz? Yeah, okay, cool. You're still there.
No, I don't hotkey those, but anyway. But moving on back to this. So, a cycle wheel for Avara's abilities. You'd hold down the button, and there'd be a top left, a top right, a bottom left, a bottom right. And that way you could easily go the top left, bottom right, top left, bottom right. You know, so you could swap between them very easily. You don't need to spin the wheel.
I would be interested in this, mostly because I want to be able to spin the wheel and like get the portal to appear.
Yeah, right, anyway, moving on. I wish they had got rid of the hold and just let us press 2 keys. One for the ability and the second press for the sub-ability. So casting Avara's first ability is 1-1. Casting the third ability is pressing 1-3. I think that would be better solution than having to press a button 2 times to rotate before being able to use ability if it's on the third place. It also lets you cast whatever you want almost instantly without having to look at which selection you're currently on. You get what this means?
I get what this means. I think the problem is, like, to me, this feels akin to problematic territory like we have with Equinox's 2 sets of abilities. Like, if I'm doing 1-1 or 1-2 or 1-3 or 1-4 or 2-1, 2-2, 2-3 or 2-4, like, what, you know, I don't truly understand the who would people benefit from a system like this. I think there is a clear distinction between this is bow, holding swaps arrow type, tapping fires arrow type. I think that
Yeah, I think this is a more advanced concept for the way it works, because it's very simple. It's like people want to go, I push 3, every other Warframe works so that you push the button, you cast the ability.
Yeah.
This would be you cast an ability and you're replacing all your abilities with this new set of abilities for your next cast.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a bit of a tricky thing of how about if you want to undo that, you still have to, let's say there's a mistake, you how would you unselect into this new ability list? So I go 1 only to cancel now. Well, you can't push 1 again because that fires one of the abilities. You can't push 2, 3, or 4 for the abilities because that's going to cast an ability. So you'd have to shoot your gun. That's a bit tricky.
Or reload.
I like the idea in some ways as an option, maybe, but I can see this could confuse people, especially on controllers.
Yeah.
Last reply is, "Pah! Amateurs! Clearly what we need are regular expressions for those abilities.
Oh, fuck
Just
off.
type in / and 46. Sorry, open brackets.
No, you need the parentheses.
Well, parentheses / and 46 parentheses.
Ampersand, yeah.
Ampersand / greater than symbol?
Less than.
A less than symbol? Oh, sorry, yes, less than symbol, W, parentheses, close bracket?
Brace.
You and your words.
Hey, I'm a programmer. I know what it fucking means.
What does it mean?
It means that you have to have a / ampersand 46. Oh, wait, no, that might be a symbol. You might have to have a specific symbol before you can have a word that indicates what the ability is.
Why would people do this?
Amateurs.
Well, I'm sure it's still simpler than programming in Mindfuck.
Hold on. What?
What?
Is there a language called Mindfuck?
Pretty sure it was called that.
I remember Ook. But, no, did you read the rest of the...
There was the last bit, yeah, sorry. The last bit was... And Ember's abilities will be set to toggle on every single Wednesday of each 3rd week of March of years 366 days if Warframe has been played less than 20 hours, but more than 2 hours in the past week. Brilliant. So it's called Brainfuck.
Right, okay. I was unaware of this.
1993.
I imagine in the language itself, the terms change meaning depending on where they are in the syntax.
Oh, the language consists only of 8 simple commands and an instruction pointer. While it is fully Turing complete, it is not intended for practical use, but to challenge and amuse programmers. Brainfuck simply requires 1 to break commands into microscopic steps. Language names have reference to the slang term brainfuck, which refers to things so complicated or unusual that exceeds the limits of one understanding. It gives us, you know, normally on programming pages it says how to. I think this is how it prints "Hello World." I think this is. I'm not sure. Normally they do it on the program language to let you know that's "Hello World."
Yeah, no wonder.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can identify. I can't identify anything in it.
The explanation is several paragraphs long of how you get that. And I'll give it. Let's see if I can paste that for you. Then you can amuse yourself. Oh, it's too long.
Hold on, is that HEL? No.
Programming.
Oh, God damn it, Loz!
There you go. An explanation of that.
Oh, bloody hell. Set cell number 0 to 8.
Xeno's found a new toy.
Oh my god. So, add 4 into cell 1. This will always set cell 1 to 4.
Right. So back to Warframe, which is apparently not programmed in this hideous language made to trick and trap programmers in an infinite loop of pain and suffering. Back to Warframe with its.
I want to actually program it to say "suck it, LOZ."
How about you go do that for next week?
Oh my god! Wait, that wasn't typing the. Oh my nope. Moving on. Keep going.
Were you like looking at it and you assumed that something was typing something and then realised it wasn't doing? Yeah. Does it live up to the name?
Yes, it really, really does. Because I got to the bottom part where it finally explains about how to add in words or strings or characters, and it's just like, holy shit! Right, moving on.
Okay.
Right. Card for this one? Yes, no card? I don't really feel this one needs a card.
I
don't know how to spell that.
Would you like to see should Gauss max speed toggle? Yes, no. Save LOZ.
Should
Gauss Mac run toggle?
Wait,
option
how
one.
Do you spell Mac?
MACH.
Yeah.
Option 1. Yes, I wish to save LOZ. My poor fingers.
So is it only one option? Yes, I wish to save LOZ. I think
option 2. Suck it, LOZ.
Okay. Oh my god.
I'm actually really curious as to what we'll get on that.
I'm really curious.
Like, really annoying. I love Gauss and I really want to play more, but it's just like I have to hold down this button.
He says he loves Gauss, but apparently he doesn't.
No, otherwise, Gauss.
Yes. Save LOZ. No, suck it, LOZ. Right, okay, should we move to topic 2?
Yeah, why not?
Topic 2. Right. Topic 2. Nightwave Merchant needs to stay after the season. There is no reason why the merchant shouldn't stay there, even if you can't earn more points. I logged in today to find Nightwave has ended and my 300-ish points are just gone. I would have bought catalysts or reactors with it if I had known it was going to end. Not allowing us to spend our points that we earned is like stealing money from... Fuck off. Stealing money from us. Tobiah. Topic was a bit unhappy.
Tobiah note. Information incoming.
Topic was a bit unhappy and pissed, and the rest of it was a bit degrading and mean to DE for not keeping a store due to OP's real life situation. Okay, that last part I feel is important. So, DE announced on a dev stream a few weeks ago that it was going to be ending today, effectively. Not today, no, last Monday. Sorry, the 14th. It would stop on the 14th. And true enough, it did. I don't necessarily feel... I think this is the problem. It doesn't tell you in game when it's going to stop.
Okay, the first season made sense. They added a few extra weeks so that people could get what they wanted from it and get some points if they were close. Now that they've added the catch-up mechanic, I don't get why they don't give us an end point from the start. Let us know when it is going to end.
No, I can get why they don't do it from the start. I don't get why they don't do it from the last episode. Because there may be delays in production, like, oh, this mechanic isn't working as we intend. We need an extra week or so, right? So I can get behind it not being there from the start, but I certainly think by the last episode, you should know.
The last episode. Yeah, okay, maybe. So I think close, when it's within a month of them deciding it's going to end, there should be a timer, a big timer on the screen that lets you know when it is permanently, this night wave will end in X. I think it should be there from the start, but I can basically, you say about dev things, whatever. I think it's so that they can, if needed, go right. The next thing coming out after this is going to be a little bit later. We need to give players, we need to drag out a few more weeks of content, and I don't begrudge them that. So, okay, fine. From the last, what are you saying?
Last episode.
Last episode. So when the last episode is released, there is a clock on the Nightwave page that lets you know Nightwave will be ending in X.
It should be on the nav. It should be on the UI nav. That tells you details about your Nightwaves, like how many...
No, I think it should be from the start, because if they need to add extra time, nobody loses out from that.
Okay.
It's like if you get down to the point you thought you had 14 days left, you log in the next day and it says 21 days. I mean,
no, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You know, obviously,
if they need to increase it, then increase it. But
obviously, we can't deduct days.
Yes,
right?
Totally. Yeah, but what's the problem of adding extra days? They can make a point saying, just letting everyone know, next Nightwave is running on longer for X, Y, Z reason.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
I see. That's why I think it should say from the start what's their. It could even say expected Nightwave to finish in X weeks, and then if anything, it's going to be longer. It will never be shorter. But it lets people work around that time point.
I think Nora Knight should. So I think there should be a notification that says when the Nightwave season is going to end. And then there should be a notification saying, like, you know, your credits are going to expire. Or, if you are aware that the Nightwave is going to end, they make it like really clear and obvious. Is there a necessity to keep the store open post the end of the season?
Is there a necessity? Well, that's the thing. You could either do that, or but do you mean give people a grace week?
Yeah.
See, I would also be in favour of grace week. Just an example, because I love giving it. My lovely little gacha games that I play. Normally, the way they do it is an event will run for 2 weeks, and you'll collect event currency within that period. It'll then end. And then you've got a week's period afterwards to log in to spend that currency. And then once the third week from the start point has expired, the vendor or the banner that let you spend stuff disappears and you won't be able to spend that currency. I think that's the best way of doing it. Which would make sense because there's a grace week where if you just spend the currency and then after that they go on to the next Nightwave, the intermission, sorry.
So I think there needs to be an announcement saying this is when the Nightwave season is ending. Then after that, there needs to be an announcement of when the next Nightwave season is starting. Right? Because otherwise people are like, oh, but I thought I had loads of time to spend my credits and get the Nora Knight shenanigans, like the emissary stuff done. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you could... On the week in between, you still have... Because I push Escape now, I don't have
but is it 1 week?
Yeah, 1 week. I think 1 week's fine.
No. But what if they need 2 weeks? What if they need 3 weeks?
You have to make a line somewhere, and at least you're making an allowance for them with an extra week where you would log in. I think where people get confused, or it's a bit... While the event is going on, people don't think, oh yeah, I'll have another week. But if there's a point where there's a week, where if you log in, you'd be like, I'll go do some Nightwave, get some Nightwave points. You log in, and it doesn't give you... Hang on, let me finish. Sorry. It doesn't give you any new things to do, but you're like, oh, I've got nothing new to do. And it says, currency will expire in X things, and you've just got the shop. You're like, oh, quick, I better spend it. It gives you that 1 week impetus to spend it.
Right. So even if the next season of Nightwave doesn't occur for a further 2 weeks, right, you'll only give them...
But even the intermission?
Yeah, even the intermission.
Yeah, no, 1 week. Always 1 week.
Okay, cool. I'm down with that. I think, yeah, as I said, the big thing is that if the game doesn't clearly tell you when it's going to end, then you cannot expect your audience to be on Twitter. You cannot expect your audience to follow YouTube or be on Discord or on what's the name of the or watch the dev streams. Like one of our good friends, we always have to tell him when an event's happening because he literally does not follow any form of social media, right? He does not like it at all. So people should be allowed that option. And if the game doesn't tell you, then you can't expect people to know. Although at the same time, you could argue if people don't play the game, then how are they going to know? But if they do play the game, that's the problem. That's where the gap comes in.
Yeah, the game does a very poor job. The one place where there should always be the information starting should always be inside the game. And the social media should be in addition to it. The problem is that people these days, it's so much easier to just put out a tweet, put out a thing on a website, but people aren't going to notice that because they're just too busy playing the game.
Yeah.
Everything else is the periphery to the game. The game should always be part one, first instance for it.
I do feel, though, that the navigation on the front of the set is getting a little too cluttered these days.
Indeed, it easily... There's a lot of times now, especially when the Fractures event in Venus, where it means that the UI will go beyond the windshield of the set.
Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe we should have the options to toggle what parts of the navigation should appear. Don't show me stuff.
Don't save them a lot of time if they just shrunk that bloody Thermia Fractures one. It's too big. That's the one that's causing the biggest problems.
But you know what I mean. Don't show me ghouls. Don't show me Thermia Fractures.
Oh, you could easily make that a toggle when you go into the solar system map and use the drop downs. You could have take remove from UI, navigation UI.
Yeah.
But it's not on the... you could do that. Customization is always a good thing.
Can we move to the replies?
Can I just get EXP points for just running around on water as Gorse, please?
Gauss.
Can I just get XP from just running around?
Get one, Loz. Get one.
Every what?
Get one mispronunciation of Gauss.
Per episode. Okay.
No.
Well, can I... I told you from the start that I know...
Forever, Loz! Forever!
I said that I know it's supposed to be called Gauss, but I want to call it Gorse, because Gorse sounds cooler.
It does not.
It does. Gauss just sounds like you sneezed.
The game pronounces it Gauss.
I know. I agree with you. I've always said this in the start. I know that it's supposed to be Gauss, and I agree that that's Gauss.
Replies.
That's the correct saying. But I want to call it Gorse.
Replies.
I always used to call them Gorse rifles in Techware.
Gauss.
Gorse rifles. Anyway,
Gauss.
Gorse. They shoot Gorse. Not Gauze.
What?
Gorse.
Gauss.
Shop should never go away, especially if they're going to do nothing for a week. Let people have the week to burn the credits before the next one. That's fair, I think. The reason the credits don't stay is that so people don't build up massive stockpiles over multiple seasons and then only spend it when the shop rotates into good stuff. For example, 10k Kuva that sporadically appeared this season. Oh, did it? Wow. The current system means that players have to actually play the season to get the shop rewards. I am completely in agreement with that, and I completely think it's fine that the credits get burned off for the season, but I think a grace week between them would be... Sorry, Howard, this one hasn't finished, sorry. However, I feel like there needs to be more advanced warning given in-game when Nightwave is ending for a season. As far as I know, there isn't an actual indicator of when a season is ending, unless there's a little time in the corner somewhere missing. If you don't check the news or forums frequently, you could easily just miss the ending, and then any cred you have just disappears. Exactly. I think that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Dev team was explicit about creds disappearing. I think this one, it's on you. No, I don't think that's fair. I don't think people should be forced to watch every dev stream. I think it's great that people do watch dev streams. There's some great information dev streams, and I love that he does the dev streams, but people should not be forced to watch them to enjoy the game.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
I can't remember if the Nightwave terminal itself gave the end date for the event, but it clearly tells you that you'll lose your credits when the event is concluded and to use them up before then. The news terminal is where I definitely remember seeing that the event was going to end, which I believe was a week prior to the event actually ending, maybe even further back.
I think part of the problem is that people will get disengaged, a word I'm looking for, that basically they will just overlook the fact that you get these notifications because those areas just get flooded with it. So, for example, not going to go into too much detail. My work email, every developer at my company ignores their work email because we get hundreds of emails a day from other developers working on projects, from our project managers changing stuff on the project. Like literally we get flooded constantly with stuff and it just gets ignored. So things like the Thermia fractures, things like the ghouls coming back, Razorback armadas, whatever, gifts of the Lotus. People can have the disengagement to just ignore this stuff because it happens too frequently. Right? There is no way to distinguish the difference between this is what's super important and this is just what happens.
Yeah.
So being able to filter those notifications go a long way. Like my emails. Oz.
Peace, man. It's just peace. All right. No, that's it for the replies. Yep.
Really?
Yep. No more. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Right. Check. Yep.
So, card.
Grace, should Nightwave have 1 week Grace week?
Everyone's gonna say yes.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. You say that. What did we say last week about secondary currency? And everyone said no.
I don't think we said everyone would say yes.
Well, I thought they would. I honestly thought that was going to be yes. I'm quite shocked that it was so. Thumper! Just trying to enjoy running. What are you doing? And I remember when we used to play Warframe. Well, I used to play Warframe while recording these. Used to help me talk because what I would do is play and play.
I think a better question is, did you know, or how did you know that the
Nightwave was ending?
Exactly. Yeah. How did you know the Nightwave was ending?
Okay,
I didn't. What?
You didn't get any loot.
Did you kill it?
I thought I did.
Good job.
But it bugged out and leaped miles away.
Okay.
That's cheating.
I didn't know Twitter, dev stream. Actually, no, let's just go social media. Social media. Dev stream. In-game. Just in case there's an in-game thing we didn't know about. Anything else? Are you paying attention?
Twitter, in-game, forums.
No, I didn't. Social media, dev stream, in-game, and you're saying forums.
Forums.
Does Reddit count as social media?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. Let's move on to the last topic. Topic number 3. Oh, wait, I didn't actually paste the question thing. I made. So. Yeah, scroll down. That's the plan. Right. Okay, click that, hit that. Right, so topic 3, my good sir. Solar eclipse event for Plains of Eidolon suggestion. Once every 100 cycles, it would be interesting to see a solar eclipse occur where, 1, all 3 of the massive Eidolons will spawn simultaneously once you enter the plains during this event. 2, increased Eidolon Vonvelist spawn rate than normal nighttime. 3, the 3 massive Eidolons will have slightly more aggressive AI and attack and will seek the player regardless of distance instead of wandering mindlessly in the normal nighttime. So expect a Hydralisk coming for you while you're fishing during the nighttime. For lore justification and some explanation to the event, Onko alerts the player, watch out, Tenno, solar eclipse is happening, sentient presence are far greater. Okay, cool, right, it's fluff, right?
I did not say, Sula, watch out, Tenno, a solar eclipse is happening, sentient presence far, far greater, and they are hungry for Tenno blood.
Not quite sure if you're channeling Onko or Konzu.
I know. I think I went between. I think I was going concert first.
Okay. Straddling on the lines there, man. Right.
Or was Onko actually?
No, don't.
I was channeling Onko, who was channeling Konsu.
Don't. Anyway, moving on. I am kind of in favor for this.
I'd like to. I don't know why. I'd love to see even a tactical alert for all three Eidolons. It would be a mess. I don't know. It probably wouldn't work. But come on, dude, just give it to us. I want to see how hilarious it would be. I assume what will happen is the mobs will clip with each other and they'll just get confused and their AIs.
Do we know how long night cycle is? So a day cycle is on the planes?
I thought it was 45 minutes, but I will look it up.
No. I'm pretty sure night is 50 minutes. But I don't. Maybe it's 3 hours total. I don't know if twilight and dusk. If dawn and dusk actually count as day and night. Does that make sense?
Well, right now it says, for instance, time until night 42 minutes. I'm not sure how long. I thought it was only about.
I thought it was like 2 hours of day, 1 hour of night, ish.
Wiki must know.
Yes, the wiki must know.
Daytime in the plains lasts for 100 minutes, while nighttime lasts only 50 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's actually, though, you only get about 45 minutes of fighting Eidolons, because it gets that annoying point where the Eidolons go, I go to water now, and all your things despawn. It's
okay,
like, but it's still nighttime.
So 150 minutes, right?
Yep.
Times 100 divided by 60 every 250 hours for 50 minutes.
That's what, just over every 10 days?
Also, shouldn't this be a lunar eclipse? Or are they talking about
lunar and solar eclipse?
Okay, so but even so, like we're talking about every 250 hours, which is every 10 days, which I think you said seconds ago.
First of all, can I just point out that there shouldn't be a reward for this? There should just be something for fun, because people will complain. That's what they'll do. If you have it at a set thing, like every 10 days, because people say, like, I can't fit that into my cycle, I keep missing it because I'm doing this, that, or the other, I'm working most of the days, and when it does fall on that one weekend, I appear to be working, so I always miss it. People will say things like that. So I don't think it should be rewarded. I think it should be something for fun and something special. I wouldn't even begrudge it if it was something like there's a solar and a lunar eclipse, and on a solar eclipse we get just a special Eidolon that is more health, bigger, whatever, fun, and on the other one we get a different Eidolon, and you have to summon them specially. So if you're just playing the game normally, it doesn't affect your normal play and your normal Eidolon hunting, but on a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse you can fight against a special Eidolon that does different things.
I think, first off, I don't think it should be every 10 days. I think it should be much more than that. Like, I think
10 days feels kind of short, to be honest.
I would say
once a month.
I think once a month at a minimum. I wouldn't begrudge
once a month's fine. I really do get annoyed by how bring back Plague Star, but then again, I also get annoyed by how quickly they bring back Thermia fractures. Ghouls.
Yeah, I am in favor for this to be once a month, once every 2 months, or once every 3 months, something along those lines. I think it should last an entire weekend. It shouldn't just be a one cycle, which I think, there's no question in either our minds. That just is just flat out unfair. I think it's like cool and everything, but if it happens while people are asleep or while people are at work, it's just not doable.
Yep.
No. What else is there to say? I
think the lunar eclipse, the Eidolon you fight the Eidolon and it's got sentience as well.
Yeah. I'd also say I would like a bit of randomness to this. So, like, maybe you could have it so that you're fighting just the 3 Eidolons, or you're fighting an Eidolon and Sentience, or you're fighting a Ropa-Dopa list and a Terror list. Or I'd like a little bit of chaos added to this, because I don't want it to feel the same every single time. But that's difficult and tricky, right? You know, maybe when Eon comes to the game in name of the thing, the New War, maybe Eon could be part of this as well. I would like, I mean, God knows what capacity Eon's even going to have, but I would just like some chaotic nature to this. I am in favor for this. I'd also want players to at least earn a sigil or a glyph or something, you know, or hell, maybe even some shoulders. Just to say, hey, look, I've done this thing, which is really bloody hard. But I don't think it should be a weapon. I don't think it should be a warframe or anything like that.
Skins.
Skins. Yeah, I'm down for skins. Yeah.
Oh man, we should have a blood moon. Blood moon.
Should we go to the replies, or do you have anything? I think we're both on board for this. I just don't think it should happen every 10 days.
I think we both like the idea, but it's just down to nitpicking of what the reward is and what the actual event is.
Yeah. Oh, here's a question for you. Should you be only able to do it once?
No.
Okay. So you should be able to do it the whole weekend.
We need more things like that on cycles.
No, I'm fine with that. That's in part why I want it to have that chaotic nature. Because, like, you know, you fight one what you call it, orgy of Eidolons, you fought them all.
I was just thinking.
Okay.
I like the system with tactical alerts where you've got a number which adds up continuously. Or as very rarely as they bring out tactical alerts. Could you have an event like this where you have cosmetic? I always love my upgradable expanding cosmetics. Would you get people complaining that they couldn't catch up if they missed a weekend? You would, wouldn't you?
Of course you would, but I don't think it's that important, because you got people complain. I don't know if people still complain about the login system anymore.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, Tobiah, if you see any comments about the login system, let's see what's the feedback on that. Yeah, for a while now. So
same with anyone from the community, but yeah.
From 10 to 15 minutes, that's awfully short. I don't think they said that, but what? From 10 to 15 minutes, that's awfully short. I think that the original idea was this was going to be 10 to 15 minute long event. That's what it says, but I don't see that anywhere in the OP, so I don't know that. Next reply. This just sounds like a workaround to capture the Hydra list. Well, you make it that if the others are up and you go straight for the Hydra list, they prevent the lures from working on the Hydra list. Job done.
Well, yeah, I mean, what? No.
Or if you were really vindictive, you'd make it that you have to bring down all 3 simultaneously.
I would just say, like, you know, if you don't, like, in order to, hell, maybe you can't leave the planes until you've done all 3.
No, I like the idea of if you try and down one, the other 2 just res it.
Yeah.
It might be in its final stage, so it doesn't have any armor sections left to do, but that way they just keep resing them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so you have to do them simultaneously. You've got a bit of a grace period, but they'll res it. Next reply, I don't know, Triathlon feels like a chore, and it's not casual friendly.
It's not meant to be casual friendly.
Exactly. There should be just a daily Tridlon in the same way as the sorties worked, in addition to the day-night Zeta cycle.
No.
Yeah, because that won't get abused and then really boring really quickly. And then the people who can do it, so like if you can't do your daily Tridlon, you can just go home scrub. What do you mean you haven't killed daily Tridlon 100 days? Content patch was released yesterday. You have to do it 100 times if you want to join our squad. How would a solar eclipse even work with the moon shot to pieces? Actually, scratch that. How would a solar eclipse work with the moon straight up gone for people who haven't gone through the second dream? Well, yeah, it would be endgame content that you would do after the second dream because you can't fight Eidolons before.
Also, lunar eclipse can still happen. What?
Without a moon?
Well, with the remnants of the moon, you can.
Oh, the remnants. No, and to be honest, there is still bits of the moon, which means a solar eclipse can happen. It would just mean that
it'd be a bit broken.
There's actual terms for this. The what?
It'd be a bit broken.
Yeah, it means that the umbra would actually be quite small, and the penumbra would be spread around.
Actually, one thing, when I saw solar eclipse, you know what actually came to mind?
What?
Heroes.
Oh, I thought you. Yes.
Yeah. And like,
I thought it started like
so there's
save Maru.
So there's a old TV sci-fi series. I don't know if it's old, but
it's not running. So yeah, you can
I had huge issues with it was it second or fourth or what? I don't know what season.
Oh, second.
Was it second?
End of the second, it falls to pieces because its second season was the season when all TV series of that time had a shorter series due to the writer's strike.
It wasn't. I don't think it was that one. Well, maybe it was, but basically the idea was that they had 2 solar eclipses in the course of like 2 years. And it's just like, and not only that, but the solar eclipse was worldwide. I'm like,
oh yeah,
no.
No, it's so stupid. They had a good idea in season 1 and clearly had a nice idea for writing it. They should have just done a 1-season thing and left it at that, and then maybe done a movie, something short and sweet. By the end of season 2, they realized they had some ideas and then they just messed it up, and then they had to try and fix it for season 3. So they just went whatever fits, just throw it at the wall. So it was just a mess. It was a mess. Anyway, as you expressed, last one here. As you expressed, the 3 Eidolons rise forth in unison, along with those pesky little Vombalists, and even wisps to a volume far higher than you experience during a normal day-night cycle. However, they're all converging on a single point, and when they get there, they fuse into a massive, true sentient being. We know that Eidolons, Vombalists, and presumably wisps are all fragments of sentients who've died, so this would give the Plains of Eidolon a fun little event-oriented final boss, in the form of a massive sentient being more powerful than the previous 3. The damage you manage to do to the various Eidolons before they reach the convergent point can have an effect on the reborn sentient's total health damage, etc.
I like this.
If you're going to do an event like this, then the best way of doing it is that it has to be a team thing, so that you have this in stages. So there is the stage where everyone is doing the damage over, let's say, 2 days, where they're slowly moving to the middle of the plains, and they're very slowly moving because they're doing it during the day and they can't move very fast. And the boss has a combined health pool over every player in the game playing it, and when it combines, it's then got a combined health bar, but let's say you can only attack it for, like with the... for more in Fortresses attacks.
Right.
Where you do a little bit of damage to it every time.
Right.
So it looks like it's a community effort. I think you'd have to do that for this. You can't just have 4 Tenno killing this combined super...
Oh, okay.
Sentient.
Yeah.
Because that would just feel really cheap. Oh, you managed to do it. But if it was like you use some sort of tool so you can get close to it for a small amount of time and you have to fight your way up it and then you do some damage and then you have to run away again, finish your mission before it pushes you out with shield, while it's being held back by... Unum?
No, I would have it so that it is trying to do something else. So, like, it's trying to blow up Earth, and it's sort of like setting up base. The idea is that...
Blow up Earth?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not going to succeed.
Big thinking.
But that's the whole point. It's perfectly stationary. Like, otherwise, you are chipping away at something that is, like, making its way to the Unum, but it won't feel like it's getting anywhere. Right? Because, like, let's say you push it back to the outer edge of the plains of Eidolon, and then the next time you just have to fight it as it walks back to the Unum sort of thing, and then like, oh no, you've defeated it, good job, and then it starts back at the edge. Like, why isn't it starting back from where it was when it got defeated? Do you see what I mean?
I would never. That you're thinking too much on one player's experience. I don't think you would, like with the Fomorian, you never actually see its advancement towards the relay.
Yeah, that's my point. Of it's sat. Oh, so okay, maybe it's just sat there trying to charge up its laser, aiming at the Unum. Right, fine. But the whole point is the lack of mobility.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I wouldn't have it, as you say, like it become like the Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah. No, like that would like do my head in, and I think it would like upset a lot of players. So yeah, I'm totally down for that. I like the idea of a final boss sentient that maybe is the combination of all three Eidolons coming together and finding their final parts or whatever, and it's out to destroy the Unum, and maybe we can knock out parts of it that prevents it from charging that time, what have you. Much like the Fomorian, we're just constantly attacking the core and things. Yeah, I'm down. Also, if they could make it 8-player content.
Ooh,
edgy thinking.
Careful, Drew. You'll cut yourself. You're so sharp.
Right. I'm totally down for this. So should we move? I don't know if you can think of a card.
No, I can't.
I
think you just said like. Basically, this comes down to, hey, here's a content idea. Do you guys want content? Everyone like, yes, content. In fact, you just want to put a card that is, you guys want content, and just give meme answers.
Okay. Do you guys want content? And what would the meme answers be? Or should we work that out?
Option 1 is Clem.
Oh god. Yep.
I don't know. I'm a sucker for punishments. Or no.
I don't want to say it's over 9,000.
Fine, you can go over 9,000.
Yep.
You can't fit. I see. This is where I'd love to have something wrong, but I know you can't have like no content, no Warframe, make player something. You can't fit that in, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's too long.
What other memes can we chuck in here? Content drought forever.
It's a meme?
No, but I want to see if people are like masochists. I want a masochist answer in it. I seriously want people like, no, I want the content. Bring more content drought.
Okay.
Okay, what do we need? 2 more.
Don't care.
Don't care. Yeah, I've got the last one.
Yeah.
Fortnite for the win.
Oh my god! Masochist. Was it sadist? No, you sadist.
I'm
right.
A sadist.
Cool. Right, so that's it for... Oh,
I should think back.
Paste the actual thing. Lol. I wonder how many people... Huh? What?
How do I... Sounds really...
I forgot how to not be on water running.
No. I moved Notepad++ above the top of the screen.
No, you can't get it
maximized. How do I get it back?
Oh, no. Don't be... You could go into start Task Manager, kill it, and then see if it will open within the monitor.
Okay.
What did we learn?
Oh, yeah, that worked. What did we learn?
Who knows this shit?
No. That's not what you told me to do.
What did I tell you? No. What did you do then?
I turned it on and off again.
How did you turn it off if you
Well, I
didn't?
turned off the program, didn't I?
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I know, but like that should always be step one. As in, like, don't ask Drew. Just I didn't try to. Have you tried turning it on and off again?
Right. Okay. We move on to the
We shall.
MAs.
So, let's go through some memes of the week. Obviously, this is a short week, but there's been some good memes, so it's fine for this week. These are from the r/memeframe Reddit. They are some hilarious people on there. Arse memeframe / meme. So, the first one. Stealth frame, what? Lotus. You're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they'll start destroying the data. Tenno. So anyway, I started blasting.
Oh, that's awesome.
Danny DeVito is amazing.
Yep.
I don't even know where that's from, but I want to see the original thing, because so anyway, I started blasting should just be a response to anything.
He has a Beretta and a revolver.
I know! It's amazing, because it's Danny DeVito. Right, so next meme number 2.
Yeah.
Was I one of these wretched things? CNN Business. Fortnite is back online with a new chapter after 2-day hiatus. Sever their heads, yet they rise again!
Oh, that's awesome.
This is the kind of thing I love the meme for. That's so good. Number 3. How magnetic armor stripping should work. So we have a person with a bow with a magnetic arrow. They shoot at the Grineer, and then all the Grineer armor plates stick to the Tenno. Very simple, but I like.
Yep.
Number 4, for Xeno's benefit, because you always gotta have... I welcome other opinions, even if those opinions are wrong. It's a Stephen Crowder changed my mind.
Yep.
Feok Oberon is the best skin. You just say is best skin.
Yep.
There we go. Didn't get many upvotes, I'm afraid, Xeno, but there we go.
Yep.
That. Next one. Awaken, my Gauntlist. Mash Rank 5. We beat the sentient! Mash Rank 24. There is another. Could have been no, there is another, I think.
Yeah.
But still.
Oh, because that's the
finally,
layer
number
thing,
6. I saw this one, and I had to have this one. I saw it as soon as it came up. Number 6, little something I put together a while ago, my feelings on the game right now. When they reached endgame, the Tenno wept, for there was nothing left to do. You know the quote, right?
Wow, I do recognize it. Isn't it like after they conquered some... Oh, God, what's the original quote?
It is. We'll get the exact one. And when Alexander saw the breadth of his domain, he wept, for there was no more worlds to conquer.
That was it, yeah. Yep, that's awesome.
There we go. Brilliant little quote, the way to do it there, and I'm totally stealing that. I'm going to write it this week, and because I almost hit 60 on the classic WoW, I can make my bloody video, and I'm going to abuse the hell out of that picture, but it's like end game. Another end game is also in quotes. Well done.
Yep.
The end game.
Yep.
Right, let's move on to the community shoutouts of the week, Xeno.
Right, so community shoutouts for this week. I'm trying to keep away a bit from the...
we got 6. I like 6. The Inktober ones, yeah? You're saving them for the end.
I'm trying to keep them away because of your ridiculous challenge of having...
Inktober special?
Yeah. So, right, so the first community shoutout is this gorgeous Sarper modded gun, right, by Raymond Paolo. So, yeah.
Base of the Sarper stern did more heat forming and sanding expected. Also, more pieces of chrome have been primed black, by the way. You have to make choices in life. My choices were to play video games, have job, and occasionally get a PhD. Yeah, that was that. And occasionally make animation-y stuff, maybe videos, right? But the people who chose with their time to actually make stuff like this, I salute you. Because I wish I went. Part of me wishes I did that, but it's a lot of effort. But the results are amazing. That is just so cool.
Yep. Right.
Number 2.
Second community shout out is this little... it should say Little Lotus by Redacted Prime. Oh, sorry, it's Lily.
Former operator Lily heard there was
Yep.
a job opening for new Space Mom. Thank
Yep.
you again. I bet you to make this mission.
Apologize.
I
read
love
it wrong
so
again.
much.
Lily by Redacted Prime.
Now, is Lily something a character they do, or the
I think
person
it's
they
their
commission?
operator. So because I think this was a commission piece. The idea is that you know about the mother helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's the idea. So it's the operators wielding them.
Ah, fair enough.
And
Number 3
somehow has a really cool skirt, which I really want. Number 3 is this pencil sketch of the Sindo Prime by Casti.
With the little images of it, I thought that was literally like tissue paper with a miniature model of a Sindo in it.
Yeah.
And it's had it in like some scrumple paper, but obviously I know it's the pencil lines around it. But it looks so good that I thought that was actually like somebody had made a mini Sindo. That is
Like
so cool.
3D printed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when people can draw to that level of detail where it looks like a photograph, it's just like, holy crap, how do you do this?
Yeah.
Right. The 4th community shout out is this lovely Trinity by Zepper. I really don't know how to pronounce this name. When you've got 4 consonants in a row, it doesn't make it easy.
That's an awesome picture. I absolutely love that. I'm totally not saving that right now.
Sensing you're
They even
saving
got the little face on the belly.
I know, right?
It's so good.
Right.
Cannot unsee.
The 5th community shout out is this.
Damn, I wish they'd put a proper link to the proper full size high quality one.
Oh shoot! I've doubled the link. I'll have to find you the proper one later.
Oh yeah, more of the good image. I like it.
So the 5th community shout out is this amazing helmet charger by
this helmet is so amazing.
Creations.
I cannot tell you the beauty, the resonance of the image.
He can't tell you because he can't see it.
They're so beautiful. You can see how they have captured the essence of the helmet. You keep that primal fury and that element of corruption.
Okay, moving on to the 6th community shout out after Loz's sarcasm.
I'm sure it's a lovely fan art, by the way, or whatever.
Right? Oh god, I got the.
This is a nice Twitter page.
Did I screw that one up as well?
This person has done many Inktober's.
So the 6th community shout out.
Good damn, it's amazing.
Is Enkidu by Ender Koskin. Can you see it?
Enkidu. Is it one of their Inktober's?
It might be an yeah, I think it is,
Day
but
16.
it's the last
Day
one they
16.
did. But
Yeah,
it's
Day
not
16.
actually it's not actually a
That's kind of
Inktober.
cool. Kind of like a Minotaur frame by the looks of it. Quite chunky.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones, though, I think are, if you scroll through, are amazing. The Day 10 Gestalt, which is just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, so this is just every day they've done one of these. Like,
Yeah.
if I could have done one of those in a month, I would be amazed. But like one of these a day, and they are all just the quality, the creativity of these. It's just crazy madness.
I think Chicken Draws Dogs plural. They wanted to actually be more involved with Inktober, but unfortunately, due to illness, they've not been able to. It's actually kind of sad. Like it kind of really gets you down when you want to do something like this, but you can't because
Yeah.
you're being ill and things. But anyway, so that's it for the community shout-outs. Loz, let's wrap this up so I can go to bed. Or we both can go to bed. Our own separate beds.
I've got leveling to do.
I got walk in the morning.
58, man. 58, so close.
Huh?
All the animals come out at night. Quacker, stinking stovers, Grenier, Corpus, Queens, corrupted, devoted zealots, infested, eidolons. Someday a real wave will come and wash all this scum out of the system. I go all over. I take people to Mercury, Mars, I take them to Pluto. I don't care. Don't make no difference to me. But it does to some. Some won't even take Tenno. Don't make no difference to me.
Do you know if I've seen this?
I haven't seen this. I want to see this. People tell me I need to see this. It's an old film. 1976.
Oh, there's likelihood of me seeing this is
Very slim.
to none.
However, it is driven apparently as a big inspiration to a film we have seen recently.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
Only one film we've seen recently. And there's two films which are credited, three films which are credited to being inspirations for that film. If you have been reading your reviews or watching your online commentaries at all. First thing is to work out what film I'm talking about.
So I'm assuming you're talking about Joker.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, if it's 1976, I really haven't got a clue.
Oh, okay. The film is called Taxi Driver.
Wait, the Luke Besson one? That Luke Besson?
Directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Robert De Niro. Because that's the link, because he was in Joker.
Or maybe I think it was...
They wanted to get Martin Scorsese, who directed this, to do some producing roles or something on Joker, but he was too busy or something.
No, I don't think I've seen that.
And it's a very good film.
Empty. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of Taxi, not Driver. No, I've not seen Driver. I can see where you're going with it. Yeah, no, that's actually really cool. So, yeah. I will have to make time to watch this. Maybe I could watch it over the weekend with my dad. And yeah, so that's it for this week's episode of 10 o'clock. Sorry, it's been a little bit of a weird one. You had to record it late at night on a Wednesday.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I don't know. The other thing I want to highlight is I am looking to start scheduling in guests again. If you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments below, and I will look to add them to the list. Yeah, right, cool. Well, that's it for what?
I think you forgot to do something this week.
Well, apart from Facebook, what did I forget?
I don't think. Let me check. 2 seconds. Yeah, you didn't do a redirect.
Didn't I?
The last one was for episode 310.
I swear. Oh, maybe I forgot to publish it. Whoops. My bad. Right, so that's it for... I'll put it out now. Right, that's it for this week. And we shall see you next week with the time and the stuff and the... Where's the off button? What? Why are you giving me that look?
What look?
That look.
Look your face.
I can't look at my face because the stream isn't showing me my face anymore.
Yeah.
Why are you pointing at me?